Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we saw US market more of a remaining flat, nothing so great movement. And apart from that, even the futures of the US markets are also more of a flattish. And in Asian market, we are seeing mixed trend, whereas Hong Kong and Korea are down over 1%, whereas Japan, New Zealand, Australia are saving positive take. So more of a mix bag. Apart from that, if we see commodity, uh, in commodity, uh, oil has come down a bit by around 1%. Yesterday it was at around 71.5 and today it is somewhere 70.8. Uh, Aluminum and copper are more of a flat, but iron ore is down by around 3%. It's continuing its decline and reached to over 4-month low. Whereas even steel today also is dragging, is down by around 1.4% in China. So this may have some negative impact. So now I'll request technical team to take up first.
Yes, thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. Today, the Nifty is likely to open on a flattish note, and from the last few days, we are emphasizing that the Nifty has a strong resistance of 16,350, 340 levels, and yesterday it has given a breakout of the same levels on the closing basis, which gives a positive sign as of now. Now, this rally is likely to be extended towards 16,420 to 16,500 levels on the higher sides. Whereas for today intraday purpose, the support is placed at 16,300. This will be the immediate support level on the Nifty front. If it's break that level, then 16,240 to 16,200 levels can be seen. On the higher side, as I said, 16,420 to 16,500 levels can be expected in the coming 1 to 2 trading session. On the Bank Nifty front, for the today intraday purpose, the resistance is placed at 36,200 and 36,340 levels, whereas the support is placed at 35,860. Below that level, then we can expect some profit booking into the Bank Nifty, which might take a Bank Nifty towards 35,650 to 35,500 levels on the lower side. On the Nifty Finance also, the support is placed at 17,200 and 17,100. Resistance is placed at 17,400 and 17,500. So these are the important support and resistance level. The overall view on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty is definitely positive as long as they just maintain the positive closing above the mentioned supports levels. Stock specific, yesterday we have seen that the IT packs are really doing very well. HCL Tech is one of the good bet to take a buy call. In the in the banking sector, AU Banks really looks good. Even we have initiated a buy call. Those who have missed the buy call, they can again reinitiate a buy call at the current level. Also, we are looking for a target of 1355 to 1360 levels on the high side, whereas 1285 can be kept as a stop loss. In the mid cap front, Inox Ledger really looks very good. The stock is on the verge of giving the consolidation breakout, which gives a positive sign. We are looking for a target of 340 levels on the high side. So one can take a buy call on Inox Ledger at around 324, 325 levels. Stop loss can be kept at 316 for a target of 340 levels. I think that's it from my end. I request derivative guys to take a call forward.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. Good morning, everyone. So, as per yesterday's derivative data, as I said in yesterday's trading session, that a short covering rally might be seen in the Nifty, and we have seen strong bet coming from the Nifty. And as per the OI positions, we are seeing that from 16,000 to 16,500, strong put writer positions are getting added up. While on the downside, we are seeing that 16,200 to 16,400 call writer positions have getting liquidated. So this means market outlook seems to be positive currently in the market. On the higher end, the nearest resistance which we are seeing as per Y positions is at 16,400. Once Nifty manages to give close above 16,400, we might expect and we might witness the Nifty to move towards 16,550 to 16,600 level. So overall outlook currently looks positive as per the derivative data. On the downside, we are seeing the support nearest support which lies in the Nifty is at 16,200 level. So hold your long position with the support of 16,200 level. As we are seeing that the PCROI yesterday closed at 1.54, huge jump we have seen in PCROI in yesterday's trading session. We expect PCROI to cool off in the today's first trading session, and in second half we again expect the market to continue its buying momentum, and which might expect a PCROI to again come towards 1.60 to 1.65 level. So overall outlook looks positive currently in the market. As per stock specific, we expect BEL, Tata Chemical, Infosys looks positive in today's trading session. So keep watch on these three trading counters. Thank you.
Good morning. GMM Pfaudler result has improved. This was the first full quarter of combined financials being given for both standalone and Pfaudler International. The order book the total order book has increased by 40% year on year to 1700 crores, and outlook is positive for both the businesses, domestic and international. For next 3-4 years, growth should be very good. So we remain positive over here. Hero MotoCorp result was below expectation because of gross margins declining by 200 basis points quarter on quarter. So commodity costs have hurt the company's margins. We will update further post today's con call. Ashok Leyland result was below expectation. They have been able to pass on the cost increase in raw material to some extent, but here because of the quarter on quarter decline in volumes by almost 60%, there is no negative operating leverage which pulled down the EBITDA margins. However, going forward, the CV industry will pick up from July. From July onwards, it has started to pick up, and in second half it will be strong. So we are positive over here. Eicher Motors result was in line with expectation, but couple of negative developments here. Vinod Tasari has stepped down as CEO of Royal Enfield to pursue his own personal ambitions in the healthcare space. He was one of the person who turned around Ashok Leyland in the last decade, and he had joined Royal Enfield 2 years back. So there were high hopes that he would take the company to the next level. So this should be sentimentally negative for the stock. Also, because of supply side shortages on ABS and semiconductors, the volumes have been downgraded volume growth for Royal Enfield. So accordingly, EPS has also been cut by most of the street. So in the short term, this should have a negative impact on the stock. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Trident has posted improved set of numbers both on the revenue and the margin front. Matrimony has posted improved set of numbers both on the revenue and the margin front. Redington has posted above expectation numbers for the quarter. Nucleus Software has posted declined set of numbers for the quarter. Page Industries has posted below expectation numbers for the quarter. Thank you.
Good morning. Sandur Manganese and Iron Ore posted improved set of numbers. The EBITDA came at rupees 254 crores versus 135 crores quarter on quarter. The share is trading at EV by EBITDA of 4 times FY23 EBITDA. Vesuvius India posted improved set of numbers both on revenue and EBITDA front. Mishra Dhatu Nigam posted okay set of results. EBITDA came at rupees 26 crores versus 103 crores quarter on quarter. And Sanghi Industries posted declining set of numbers. Revenue came at rupees 282 crores versus 328 crores quarter on quarter. EBITDA degrew by 30% quarter on quarter at 66 crores. Then Technocraft Industries posted improved set of numbers, both on revenue and EBITDA front. Tata Steel result was broadly in line with expectation. The Indian standalone operation result came marginally ahead of expectation, and European result came lower than expectation. On a consolidated basis, revenue came at rupees 53. Revenue came at rupees 53,372 crores versus expectation of 52,497 crores. EBITDA per ton came at rupees 22,659 per ton versus 18,115 per ton quarter on quarter. On Tata Steel Europe, volume came at 2.33 million ton versus 2.47 million ton quarter on quarter. Reported EBITDA per ton came at $88 per ton versus expectation of $150 per ton. The net debt declined to rupees 73,979 crore as compared to 75,389 crore last quarter. The share is trading at EV by EBITDA of 6.2 times FY23 EBITDA. NMDC posted above expectation results. Volume came at 9.45 million ton versus 11.09 million ton quarter on quarter. Realization came at 6,805 per ton versus 6,174 per ton quarter on quarter. EBITDA per ton came at rupees 4,421 per ton versus 3,823 per ton quarter on quarter. The share is trading at EV by EBITDA of 5.5 times FY23 EBITDA. Then Kesoram Industries posted improved set of numbers. EBITDA came at rupees 170 crores versus 115 crores quarter on quarter. Thank you.
Few more results. Aurobindo Pharma reported below expectations numbers. In fact, the expectations were not so great, and even thereafter, they missed the expectation. We had seen that most of the pharma companies are reporting good numbers, whereas Aurobindo, on the other hand, reported declining set of numbers. So the stock can come under pressures, and even the company has done some acquisitions where seems to be more of a costly acquisitions. So that also can have some negative impact on Aurobindo. Apart from that, Thyrocare also came up with good number. We had seen that other diagnostic company has reported a good number. So Thyrocare, it was expected that it will report better number, but it has reported above expectation number. The company has already been acquired by PharmEasy, and with the open offer, whatever the company will be coming up for Thyrocare, that will be at 1,300 rupees, and the holding will increase to 92%, so that can become a candidate for delisting. So as such, the bottom line is that stock decline side is restricted to 1,300, because below that the shares can be given it in open offer, and upside can be open. So overall looks positive for Thyrocare. Then JB Chemical also came up with good numbers. The result has shown very well improvement both in sales, and even EBITDA margin came ahead of expectations. So here again, stock has performed very well in last 2 quarters, but we feel the outlook continue to remain positive for JB Chemicals from a longer term perspective. Everest Kanto came up with very good numbers. In fact, this in India, it was supported by oxygen cylinder demand. They are in seamless cylinders, CNG cylinders and all that. In India, the performance was supported by oxygen cylinder demand, which may not be there in the coming quarter. But the better part is that their international operation has shown good improvement, both in UAE and US. Both have reported substantial increase in revenue. So if that sustained, then definitely at this price, stock looks attractive at 95 rupees. So overall direction wise seems positive. Anyhow, the stock from a longer term perspective is positive, as CNG demand for the cars and all is consistently increasing. Even if the sales are declining for the auto sector, the CNG car demand is likely to drive in next 3-4 years. So this stock can be played for that growth. So overall outlook for average Kanto cylinder is positive. Then Bharat Forge came up with number and results were ahead of expectations, mainly driven by international operations. International business grew by 21%, whereas domestic business, because of the second wave, declined by around 20%. So overall revenue saw ahead of expectation numbers, and a similar thing was got reflected in even the EBITDA margin. That also came up well ahead of expectations, and the outlook for the company continued to remain positive. Now in going forward in Q2, all the businesses is likely to do well, both domestic and international, and even in oil and gas also they are seeing good improvement, and industrial also they are seeing good improvement. So all the engines are firing, so stock is likely to do well. The outlook for Bharat Forge seems positive. So in all, result-wise, what we see positive results, which can see good trend in the today's trade, can be Technocraft industry, which has shown very good improvement quarter on quarter in the results, and valuations are attractive. Then average Kanto can show good positive trend. And Bharat Forge anyhow came up with numbers during the market hour itself. So already got reflection of that in the prices. So these two stocks may be kept on radar for today's trade. Then now this result season is nearing about to get over. Only tomorrow is the last day of the results, wherein a few results are there, wherein Amara Raja Battery is likely to announce results, and though year on year results are likely to show positive trend, but quarter on quarter we may see some margin pressure and sales decline as well. So overall results are likely to be okay. JK Cement is likely to show improved set of numbers. We had seen most of the cement companies had reported good numbers, and JK Cement is a better play and has a higher EBITDA per ton as compared to other player, and likely to do better as Northern Cement Company had all done very well. Then Minda Industry again will see reflection of auto sectors. We had seen auto volume declining by 30-35% in quarter on quarter in this quarter, and same thing can get reflected into Minda Industries. Then Info Edge is likely to report numbers, and numbers are likely to show improving trend in this quarter. Anyhow, they will be they were having holding of Zomato, and some benefit of that may not be coming in this quarter, but post this quarter that benefit of selling their holding will be coming. Then Vodafone Idea is likely to come up with the numbers, and numbers are likely to be more of a flattish. EBITDA is likely to be around 4,300 crore versus last quarter 4,400 and last year 4,100 crores. Then Hindustan Oil Exploration result is likely to come. The result though is likely to be muted, as the benefit of a new oil well, that is B80, has not yet started, which will be starting in somewhere third quarter, and gas price increase will also be coming from 1st October. See, in this there was a news article that in B80, whatever the initial estimate of reserve were there, the reserves are much higher than the initial estimate which was given by done by the government. So that if the company declared that reserve, generally they declare it with annual in any all the annual report, and that if that comes, then the stock can see movement. We had already seen some movement in the stock because of that. And the expectation is that the reserve is 3-4 times higher than what was initially expected. So that increases the life of the well and the profitability of the well. So that need to be watched whether company declare the same in along with this result. So that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.